So, why don't you tell us about the anchor?
Our anchor. So, system's obviously up and working because the anchor's not on the front anymore. It's in the water and we're not going anywhere, so that part of it worked. It seems to come up as well because we've actually done this once before. Yeah, so we can we'll show you all the bits from the front to the sock to the back, and I guess it's an anchor winch and a shelf. So we can show you all those bits and some of the bits of me making it and how much fun I had doing it, and cursing and swearing and cooking myself in a little anchor locker. Anyway, here it is.
What's the bit of pipe for, Shayne? What's the bit of agricultural pipe you've got in here for?
That's for the anchor chain to run over and not smash all my nice carbon pieces.
Oh, it's carbon preservation. So this is just agricultural pipe that you got from Leroy Merlin the other day. Is that correct?
Well, not Leroy Merlin. I had to go to 10 million specialty shops. Finally found it.
But we could just buy this in New Zealand at Bunnings, right?
Yeah, very much.
Yeah. So, but it is Spain. But you knew what you wanted. So you wanted something that was a tube that was going to have that soft protection?
No, hard, but it's slippery. So it's a high density polyethylene. So it's quite tough. And the chain will actually slide on it quite easily. So it was up and it's readily available, so if I need to replace it, it should be available anywhere around the world.
Ah, yeah, because that brown stuff is a Teflon released film, right?
Yeah.
So you've actually laminated a fiberglass tube that will
yeah,
fit?
sort of a half tube shell thing, yeah. It's not a full tube because full tubes are really hard to get off. But I want it open anyway because I need the chain to come out.
So where's it open? Oh, at the top there.
Yeah, so the chain can come up.
Okay. And you're not actually laminating that pipe in, are you? You just your sleeve, I suppose is a better word for it, the fiberglass sleeve. And then that tube slots into it.
Yep.
And the chain goes inside that. And you're going to do another piece at the anchor roller end?
Yep.
And you still want me to make a sock for it?
Yep.
And the yellow line going across there is where the anchor chain and sock is going to fit. Yeah. No carbon today?
Nope. No carbon today.
And you've made the new shelf too.
Yep.
Where's that hanging out? Because that's the old one. Because for some reason they had put the anchor winch all the way on this side, hadn't they?
Yeah, I think it was actually on this side originally, looking at some of the damage on the wooden bulkhead here. Looks like it's been ripped off and moved to the other side.
Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, look at that little bit of repurposed Alex batten. C-Tech, good to know that we can recycle their stuff as well. So this is what you've been working on the last few days?
Yep.
Your nice little sleeve to put your... You're not going to keep all of this tube though, are you?
No, it'll get cut here, and this is where your spectra sock will join on. Spectra sock across the trampoline, and then it joins onto another bit on the front. And all this does is protects the boat from being bashed to pieces.
Now you did make this brand new shelf because it was actually on this side before, and we did make a nice discovery that what we're attaching to here, this bulkhead, is carbon, which is good to know. Do you think it's carbon? It's black.
Yeah, it's a carbon e-glass hybrid.
So, it was like carbon.
Yeah, it's definitely black carbon in there.
And so that's nice to know because that takes the load of the mast, yeah?
Oh yeah, but it's encased in polyester, so
It's not super great. It's not used to its full potential.
Okay, so what's the next plan now? The next step?
I've got to make this big hole here go away, and then start bolt this in. So drill the holes to be able to bolt it in, and then sand everything up and give it a paint. And back into the painting program.
What about the other end? This end?
Yeah, I've got to cut some black pipe to attach to that, and I've got to make some rollers.
Oh, what are you going to make the rollers out of?
I got a roller, but I need to make like washers for it so that doesn't wrap around too much.
Show me what you've done.
I put the roller thingy in, but I made some stainless steel cheeks for it as well.
Oh, okay. So that was that recycled bit of metal from the inboard into the chain, yeah?
Yeah.
And what about the acetal part? Did you machine that up, or is that the existing one from the old?
The white thing is,
Yeah.
No, that's the existing nylon one. I had
Sorry,
to
nylon.
rethread the big bolt that went through because it was too long.
Oh, that was you
This
in the
was-
with the lathe this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Now,
this is going to have...
now I'm going to make the plastic tube thing that goes on here to receive the anchor chain and protect all of this from the anchor chain bouncing and bashing on it.
Nice. Did you put anything under here? Or is that going
No,
to be
not yet.
okay? You're going to put something there?
Yeah, I'll make the anchor go up and down first and then see what we need. Because I didn't have the spade anchor for that whole part of it.
How'd you turn it as well? Did you do that
What's that?
nice little bit here? Did you just...
That was bent in the piece that I cut out.
Oh yeah, it was
That's why I used
too.
it.
Oh, clever idea.
I got my little box, the little button, and I go.
And this,
Goes round and round.
and this might not look like much, but it's actually been a lot of work. And there's a new composite shelf in there,
Yep.
along with a C-Tech batten stiffener.
Yep.
And new cables so that it reaches, and fix up this hole, put a new hole in, make your new little fittings and your tube.
Yep.
And I've just finished making this sock for the anchor chain, and then it goes onto here, and this is all the new fittings for the anchor. There's a new anchor roller and everything that Shayne's machined from existing bits really, and this whole thing can come up and be put away for when we're sailing. Yeah, longer passages, more than a day. We can take the anchor off the front of the boat, put the weight further aft. Yeah.
Right at the front is the roller, and it's all attached to our carbon beam. The trouble with the carbon beam is all this clinky steel going up and down, and the two don't mix very well. So it was a case of trying to protect all of the carbon beam from the anchor, the chain, and all the bits that are associated with it. So you'll see some really high-tech pieces of equipment here, like the HDPE hose pipe. It's actually really good. The chain metal slides on this really well. It's quite easy to find and work with, and relatively cheap. So it was used. I did have to cut it, split it open, drill holes in it, heat it and bend it into shape and do a few bits and pieces, which was a pain in the backside, but it seems to be working really well. So that's the pipe that protects the main part of the beam. How this is attached is with a nice simple titanium pin, because you know everyone's got a spare titanium pin kicking around. I had a spare titanium pin left over from the mast, so I machined it down. This goes through there you go, the piece of plastic here, and holds the plastic in place. And on the other side is a simple little R-clip on the side here that keeps the pin in place. So I take the R-clip out, take the pin out, and this whole plastic pipe can come out of the anchor roller, and I'll show you in a minute why this comes out. A little bit further to the front, again protecting the carbon again, some stainless steel cheeks where the chain leads in to the roller. Yeah, it's pretty simple, metal on metal, big bolt through it. This is the original nylon roller that we had on the other roller. I did have to make some small washers to pack it out because the width of this new one was slightly wider than the old one. So when Anna made this sock, to make it durable inside, we used the leftover hydronet sail from the mainsail, which is a Spectra, so it's actually quite a tough material and quite slippery. Covered it with this umbrella black on the outside to make it look cool, and give it some UV properties on the outside. Then she recycled some of this black mesh stuff from an old sail bag that was kicking around aloft.
Oh, it wasn't. It was in the bin.
It was in, yeah, it wasn't even,
took it out
it was
the
in
bin.
the bin, where we usually get most of our stuff. Yeah, now the mesh is really cool because one of the things we found, even with the pipe, is that moisture sits on the chain, and this allows at least everything inside to dry out a little bit better and a little bit easier. So yeah, so far it's been really good.
Yeah, it's nice, and then kids don't get their toes caught on it.
Yeah, that's right.
Protects the net.
Protects the net. Yeah, and people's digits.
And yeah, and it's soft, so we can fold it up.
And because it's soft, yeah, it'll fold up with the chain. Then where it comes into the anchor locker is basically almost repeat of the front, except I haven't got the slit in it, so it's actually just a piece of pipe. But I did make one little addition to be able to make it removable. Is I have a twist fit arrangement
see it's nice and tight and smooth. So here you can see I've made a little groove in here for the head of a bolt to go in, and then I twist it and it locks, and here's the little bolt that it twists and locks into, and I've got one on each side, so this way I can have the split here for the chain to come up and out, so when we chuck it all in the locker and put it away, I will have this great big gaping hole. And of course when we're sailing along, that's going to get water in it, so I'm going to have to talk to my lovely sail making wife and we'll sort out some sort of plug that'll go in there for when we're doing the bigger, longer passages. But if we're doing upwind stuff, we're going the wrong way, and it shouldn't get too wet doing the downwind stuff. So.